Right, before we do anything at all, because I'm basically doing this for benefit of, say, my trainee, who's going to have her first session with a learner next Thursday. So I'm not sure how she's looking forward to that or not.
Yeah.
Excited and a little bit nervous, I think.
I bet.
So, tell me first of all, what's your driving history?
So I've been in like a stationary car before.
Good.
Tried,
hopefully you've been in a moving one as well.
Yeah,
Not
I've been
driving,
in a moving
though.
one. I've been in an automatic car, like around a field and stuff.
Right.
So I haven't really got much experience in a manual car. Yeah, other than sitting in a stationary car.
Right. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Some people have done a bit of driving, some haven't, but it's nice to know what the situation is before you start. Okay, so in an ideal world, by 4:30, what would you hope to have done today?
Driven a bit, gotten a bit more confident with actually driving.
Right. Okay. So moving off.
Yeah.
Stopping.
Yeah.
Hopefully not spending 2 hours in this lay-by.
Yeah, definitely.
So getting the car driving along a road.
Yeah.
Going a bit faster.
Yeah.
Which will also involve what?
Being able to maintain control.
It'd be nice if we could do that.
Yeah.
But as you go faster, what else will you do?
Changing gears.
Yeah, so that's another skill that be quite interesting to see how you do with that. We did have an interesting moment in the lesson before lunch where we were going down one of the hills and Chloe couldn't actually find the gear she wanted, and so she's looking down here as the car's heading for the grass on the side.
Yeah, so basically I've tried to sat in like a manual car and be able to sort of change gears without having to look down.
Lovely.
So I haven't actually had practice. So I've started slightly in my mate's car and tried to reverse and stuff without but nothing like fully on the roads really. But I've tried to be able to look at the gears without having to look down. But
So in your mate's car, have you moved it at all?
Not really, no.
But you've gone backwards in it?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Right.
But it's just a tiny bit. On the safe, safe environment.
Yeah. Okay, right. So we've got an idea of what you'd like to do today and where we're starting from.
Yeah,
Right. So now that you're sat there, what do you need to do?
Maybe adjust my seat, see if I'm comfortable in the seat.
Okay, comfortable?
Yeah, and to make to make sure I'm safe, I guess. Just because yours is a bit far back. Because I haven't really driven actually moving. It's hard to find whether I'm actually comfortable with where I'm sat, but other than that, we'll see.
So it's being comfortable, I guess, and also being able to do whatever you need to do, which is going to involve what? What things are you going to need to do?
Start, stop, change gears.
How are you going to do any of those? What about changing gear? Let's just think about that one for a moment. How do you change the gear?
Put the clutch down, change gear,
so
and then...
That's answered the question for me, because you know which pedal the clutch is.
Yeah, my friend told me to remember it as A, B, C, so accelerate, brake and clutch. So to change gears I'd put the clutch down, maybe release the accelerate, change gears and then press it slightly back. I could be wrong, I'm just saying.
You could be, but you could be right, and your friend could be absolutely right as well.
Okay. So I'm just telling you maybe what I know. But
what we will do a lot of is this term driving instructor, forget. I'm not going to instruct you on virtually anything. I'll plug gaps in your knowledge, but most of the things that you need to know or need to sort out are between your ears already.
Okay.
We'll just try and tease them out.
I see. Okay.
So I'm not going to give you an answer to that question straight away.
Okay.
But you know which pedal's which.
Yeah.
And which foot do you use for which pedal?
So I'm only using my left foot for the clutch, so my right hand my right leg is between the brake and the accelerator at all times.
I do like you already. I liked Chloe this morning because she gave me these. We're not sitting there for ages trying to sort that sort of thing out. Yeah, you're not going to find me instructing you very much unless I absolutely have to get us out of a situation.
Okay.
And as far as I'm concerned, you are not a learner driver.
Am I not?
No. You are a new driver who's learning.
Okay.
Your dad does what for a job?
So my dad works, so he's sort of self-employed. He used to work as like a social worker sort of company. Well, he does do that now, but he just looks after one single gentleman.
Okay. Oh, well, there's somebody who used to work as a police driver. It's not your dad then?
No,
Right, somebody else. Okay.
Yeah, different job set maybe.
Yeah. No, I just got mixed up with somebody else.
No, sorry, I know my dad.
But what I is that everybody, however good they think they are as a driver, is still learning.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm just
so
telling
you are not a learner. You're a new driver who is starting off learning.
All right.
Okay.
I'll take your word for it.
Absolutely. We're not going to class you as a learner.
Okay.
All right. You are a driver.
Okay, let's have that mindset.
Yeah. Yes.
Probably key to have that mindset.
Words make a terrific difference to how you look at things.
Yeah.
They really do. Yeah. Right. So, changing gear. You're doing what?
So as I'm changing gear, I'm pressing down on the clutch. Can I do that now? Yeah.
Go on then.
So pressing down on the clutch, changing to whatever gear.
So how far down has the clutch gone?
Yeah, see, this is what I wasn't too sure, but just like quite far down.
How far?
I mean, all the way down?
Put it right down.
Yeah, all the way down.
How does that feel?
Okay.
All
so
right. Bit
maybe,
stretched?
Yeah, maybe a bit stretched. So I might adjust the seat. I just felt like I was a bit forward already, but so yeah, that's perfect.
Oh, don't worry. I've had some people that have actually cuddling the steering wheel. I had one lady many years ago who used to bring her own booster cushion with her because she was quite small.
Cushion, yeah, my friend has one. Just a small little cushion, and she's in like a Fiat 500, so it's small anyway. Yeah.
Oh, if this goes onto our YouTube, there's one of my learners, Nicole, who as soon as she hears the word Fiat 500, she'll be yes. We play a Fiat 500 spotting game during lessons.
Yeah, I bet you see a lot.
Because she's got one.
Yeah. Oh.
But whenever I spot one, she tells me it's not a Fiat. So we have these arguments in lessons.
Yeah.
Right, so there's an indicator of where you want the seat to be.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So yeah, all the way down. So yeah, changing gear all the way down, just like that.
Yeah. Anything else that you're going to want or possibly adjust when it comes to your seat? Are there any other adjustments that you can make, whether you need to or not?
Maybe that mirrors.
That's nothing to do with your seat.
No, it's not to do with this. It's a good question. Maybe my head restraint. I don't know. Nothing else.
Wow! Thank you.
Yeah.
You're the first person for as long as I can remember who's given it its correct name.
Right. Okay. Well, adjusting my head restraint, which I think it's comfortable enough.
Okay. So what's the purpose of that?
To reduce neck injury. Yeah.
Most people call it a headrest. We're going to sleep on there, are we? So you feel that's so what if you did want to? Because I think it's probably slightly high.
Yeah, maybe it's just because I've got a ponytail in it sometimes.
Now.
Yeah, there's the button somewhere.
There is, quite right.
Wait, let me
yes, you've got to be a bit of a contortionist here.
Yeah, so it's like...
That's it, well done.
Yeah.
Well,
that's comfortable.
all right, you've got your ponytail because that's probably going to rest against it a bit.
But
your head's not going to be right on it, possibly all the time. Any other adjustments that you can make if you feel you need to your seat?
To my seat? Possibly whether I'm too far forward, too far back.
Okay.
Other than too far forward, too far back, and also like my...
So, any other adjusting levers anywhere that you can find?
This one here, but doesn't that go...
Try it.
That one, oh yeah, so whether I'm too, like a little bit far back.
What's that doing?
That's just adjusting the bottom half of my seat. Well,
By doing
still
what?
connected, but by pulling that lever and me
So what's actually happening to your seat?
Moving forward and moving back.
Is it?
Slightly?
Yeah.
No, it's sort of moving up and down, isn't
But
it?
it is going slightly on an
slightly
angle. Yeah,
on.
so it is changing the height of the seat.
Yeah.
Anything else? Another lever just behind that one that you've just done?
This one here?
Behind one.
Oh, behind, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course, sorry.
Oh, now you're going to sleep.
Yeah. Sorry, I was yeah. This one here.
So that's a case, I think, of what feels best for you.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Is there any other than that one?
I think we're about there. We've exhausted the seat. Well done.
Yeah, we have, yeah.
Yeah. Other things that you might want to adjust or might need to adjust.
Yeah, like mirrors maybe.
Okay.
But, I mean, they're okay, I think.
How do you know they're okay? What do you want to be able to see in that one?
The whole width of my back of my car.
Okay. And you can?
Yeah.
From where you're sitting?
Yeah.
Oh, that's annoying. Shame I didn't adjust it.
I think so.
Oh, look, some idiot's just touched it. Yeah. Come on then.
Okay. So yeah, we should do
Cool.
yeah.
Door mirrors? What do you want to be able to see in them?
The side of the back of the car, basically, giving me.
How much of the car do you think is a good idea to see? How much of that mirror do you want filled with the car?
Half, maybe just under half, maybe, because you want to be able to see maybe what else is behind.
What's more important, to see what's behind or to see this car?
The car. No, behind. It's behind. Not the car.
So more of the mirror behind than car?
Yeah.
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 I'd say about a couple of fingers width.
Yeah.
Now the problem with this mirror is it's stuck, and
yeah, because that one's in a bit more, is it?
I'm very reticent about moving it because it's going to need a little bit of force. And I don't want to crack it, so I should take it down to the garage sometime and let them have a go at it.
Yeah.
But so how do you adjust them?
Isn't there sometimes is there sometimes an interior thing to do? I can press a button.
What do you mean sometimes? We're going to change it from one day to the next.
Yeah, no. Is it only because some specific high-tech cars, don't they have a little bit of a button or a motor to be able to adjust
Have we got a button here?
Possibly.
Oh, we've got a high-tech car.
Doesn't others you just have to actually move them?
Yeah, an older one probably is going to be a manual thing. Yeah, but you don't have to stretch across me. Not that you do that anyway. But I'd have to do it here if it's manual. Yeah. So
do I want to adjust them?
have a play with it anyway.
I'm just guessing it's this button up, to be honest.
You're absolutely right, but you do need some electrics.
Yeah.
So we just turn the key so the dashboard lights come on.
Oh,
It's one or the other.
Wait, which one is it?
Just try it. Well done.
At least you know where my knowledge is from.
That's the lady on the camera.
Okay.
GPS connected.
Okay, do I move that? No.
Well, so you see what's happening to the mirror?
Yeah.
Which mirror are you adjusting at the moment?
I'm adjusting the right hand one and then when I'm adjusting the left hand.
Yeah, this one, as I say, it's got stuck, so it's not going to go very as far as you'd want it to. Yeah, it's worth just having a play with it.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know where's best for me really because I haven't driven a car or seen much behind me, if that makes sense.
Right, that makes perfect sense. So it may be
just
that
given, I guess, that I can see well enough behind me.
So this idea that we just want a bit of this car, but mainly seeing behind you. Sorry about the cobwebs over there. I think I've got spiders living under the mirror.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Yes, I think so.
Yeah. And if you start driving it, I don't think that's quite right. You can always pull over and change it.
Yeah, I think that's okay. I'm fiddling with it too much now, I guess.
And the other thing that you need to do to make sure you're legal to drive is, which you've done already.
Seatbelt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Next week, when you get in that seat, all of that lot that we've just taken 10 minutes or more over, do as soon as you get in that seat.
Yeah.
Alright? All of that adjustment ready to go.
Okay.
Now comes the fun.
Let me have a bit of water now.
She's on the vodka already.
Yeah, I'm on it already.
How are you feeling about, obviously...
I'm looking forward to it. The only thing I'm slightly nervous about is just my knowledge, like being an idiot basically, like maybe not doing something or in the right lane, or that's all where I feel like maybe
I'll
my
soon
knowledge.
tell you when you're being an idiot.
Yeah.
As long as you give as good as you get.
Yeah.
that's the one rule you've got to have in here.
Yeah, I'm confident, nervous and everything, but yeah.
Right.
Probably okay.
Moving a car.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
I think so. Yeah, without stalling.
Well, look, I think we've got to get over the worry of stalling, because everyone does it. I do it.
I think so, yes.
There is nobody, no driver alive who doesn't stall a car at all. Lewis Hamilton stalls.
Yeah.
We've seen him stall at the start of the Grand Prix.
Okay. So yeah, that's normal. Okay. So turn the car on. Okay. But my question is, which sort of steps are the first ones to do? So when I turn the engine on, am I then...
Let's just do that first, then we'll come through the other.
Okay. I need to find out how.
Sorry. I'm ever so pleased that we've dispensed with masks, because now I am back to having a stupid grin on my face. Because I did this morning with Chloe. She knew I was sitting there with a silly grin on my face.
I'm starting from zero.
So, turning the key turns the engine on.
Okay.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
What turns the engine on?
So.
Is there a button?
Now, she came up with the answer, and you haven't yet.
Oh, no.
I had this two cars. The first car I had that did this was 2 cars ago. I don't know how I got it back from the dealer, but the next day I went to turn it on. I did exactly what you're doing.
Yeah,
and nothing happened. Nothing happened. And I went back into my wife and I said to her, I can't start the car. And then I suddenly thought to myself, I wonder if you have to push one of the pedals down.
Do you? Yeah. So like, really? But is that normal? Some cars though, if you twist it, does turn the engine on, right? Because that's what I was trying to do.
Chloe this morning, her car does.
Okay, so I feel wrong doing that. So am I pressing down on the accelerator?
Do you think we have to turn the key as well?
Yeah. Oh, okay. No, I feel like I'm doing something wrong.
Try something.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're turning the key and you're pressing the accelerator.
Is it clutch?
Is it?
No, is it brake?
Have you turned the key? Have you pushed a pedal down and turned the key at the same time?
Yeah, but which way am I turning the key? Yeah, it's off. Turned it on.
So it doesn't seem to be the accelerator. Which foot are you going to use for the clutch?
Oh, this one, sorry. I don't know what I'm doing.
Push the clutch right down. Turn the key.
Okay, well I didn't know that.
No, of course you did. If you don't know, you don't know.
That was so funny. It took me ages doing that. Sorry, I thought there was like a button or something.
Do you know why?
Why the clutch has to be put down?
No idea why.
Is it like a safety thing?
It is, yeah.
To prevent you to...
Can I give you a bit of homework? Go and ask your dad why.
Okay.
See if he knows.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right, it's a safety thing. Be interested to see if your dad... Because I assume has he got an automatic?
Yeah.
Or,
Right.
So we're a little bit... Yeah, so he must have driven a manual car sometime.
Yeah.
He'll probably know the answer. Be interested to see if he comes up with an answer. Crikey, I didn't expect driving lessons me to be given questions to do. It's getting a bit crowded in here, isn't it? Let's just see what this lorry's going to do. Oh, this one's going.
Is that so you're like, I'm trying to find answers.
This is just what we need, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shall we? I'll tell you what we'll do. Put the clutch down.
Yeah. Okay, stop. Let me just think.
Just-
Because of, yeah.
We're not going to go forwards. Well, I'm
No.
going to go backwards to give you a bit more room. Now he's moved
Yeah, okay.
right up in front of you. 'Cause I think these
What
two.
do you want me to do?
Put the clutch down.
Put the clutch down.
Put the car into reverse.
So,
Sure.
in some cars I feel like there's like a button underneath sometimes.
You're quite right. In this car, there isn't. So
Okay.
look at the arrangement there.
Am I
Just leave the clutch down.
Yeah.
Get hold of the steering wheel. But
Yeah.
with your left hand, just take the handbrake off.
handbrake off?
Yes. Hold on. I know we're rolling back. That's what I want to go backwards because we haven't got any room now. He's moved right.
Okay.
Just gently bring the clutch up. Don't worry about any gas. Don't worry about any gas. There's nothing behind us.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing behind us. We'll just gently bring that clutch up a bit further.
So I can just
A bit
do
more,
it there.
just a little bit more. Clutch up. Oh, look at that. Now push the clutch right down.
Yeah, should I press play?
Not yet, no. Let's give ourselves a decent bit of room ahead of us. Looking out behind, there's nothing coming.
My steering is
Just keep the car going dead straight.
Okay.
Don't bother turning it left or right.
You sure?
Don't worry about that. That is just the sensors picking up some of the shrubbery in
Okay.
there. Have a little look over your left shoulder.
Oh,
Back. Clear?
yeah.
Yeah. So it's just these leaves coming out. Right, there we are. And now just squeeze the brake to a stop. Oh, brakes work. Oh, what have you just done? What else have you...
Turn the engine off. I thought you wanted to know. The engine's on.
Well, the handbrake on. We'll go through all of that in a minute. Now, we just had to sort this out because of what's going on there. I think there's a horse being transferred from the trailer to the other thing that's come in here. Right, okay. Back we go to where we were, trying to get the car moving. We know how, or you now know how to turn the engine on.
Yeah.
So, should we get it on?
Yeah.
What do you want to do with the gear stick?
So,
Just keep
yeah,
that in
sorry,
the-
that's not in reverse. That's in reverse. I need to take it back so it's to neutral.
Yeah, good. Have we got the engine on?
No, so I'm putting the engine on now.
We've got stop start in this car. So you haven't turned the key that time. So if once you've turned the engine on, if you come to stop at traffic lights, for example, and you put the handbrake on and you take it out of gear, when you put it back into gear and push the clutch down, the engine starts again.
Yeah.
I can switch it off, but
Okay.
you know, it's,
So it does it automatically?
yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to try and get the car moving. So that's the first step. So we go back to where I interrupted you before. To what we're going to do now?
So I'm going to. So my clutch is down already, so the engine has started. So I'm going to put this car into first.
Okay.
I think I'm in first. Yep. So I'm in first. So I'm going to slightly lift off the clutch to find my bike. To be able to accelerate without stalling ever so slightly. You happy if I do?
Just carry on.
Or do I? It's ever so slightly. Yeah, I feel like maybe I should do.
Can I suggest,
Yeah.
for the timing, don't worry too much about the gas pedal
Oh,
right now. So what is it you need to do with the clutch?
Left off gently to be able to find the, and then
To find the...
find the bite. What's it called? The
Let's just try that.
I'll just stall, won't I, if I go too high up?
Possibly. So?
So I need to just
Don't.
Like, I just
Have you got a dog?
yeah.
So when you walk the dog and it tugs on the lead like that, put the clutch down, right down. Because you've now tried moving off with the handbrake still on.
Yeah.
But you got the right idea.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I
Don't
should
no
have
need
done-
to
I
apologise
should have
at all.
done that while, so like, I should have put the clutch down and then start.
Take it out of gear for a moment.
Still okay? Right.
No, take it out of gear, not bring the clutch up.
Okay, sorry, I didn't think that.
Look, you've got the right idea here, totally. But the bite is dog's on a lead. It wants to go,
Yeah.
so you want to feel that tug.
It's just finding it. I was a bit
Yeah.
like, oh, like, you know,
And
I'm
it's
accelerating too much, and then like, yeah, I've never done
And
it.
it's probably the most frustrating thing that you'll do to start
Because you
with.
don't know how high to go up, and then you've lost it, and then
And you go to a different car, and the biting point could be a different.
Biting point, that's the one. That's the word I was trying
But
to find.
the bite's fine, but it's that tug, and it's just training your brain to stop your left foot at the bite.
Yeah.
So let's try that again.
Okay. So
just have a practice with that, if you like, without even trying to move the car. Put it into first gear and just have a feel about.
So I need to put that down as well. So could I do
No, let's not move. Let's just have a go at working out roughly where the biting point is.
Okay.
Don't worry about any gas. Just have a feel. No, that's the bite. Oh, no, it's not. No, so you know where it is.
How can you kind of tell if you don't have your foot on the accelerator where the point is?
Try it again. Put the clutch down. Put the clutch down.
Yeah.
Take it out of gear. Oh, look, it switched on itself. Just put it back into gear. Right. Now, this time, what I think you were doing, I'm bringing it up, I'm not bringing it up enough, and then suddenly your left knee shot up.
I see.
Keep coming up really nice and slowly. We're going to have a clear lay-by in a minute.
Because I'm just thinking, how will I find where it's doing it if my foot isn't accelerating, if that makes sense?
I wouldn't worry about the accelerator at the moment.
We'll
You're absolutely. We're going to need to use the accelerator to move off as well. But let's just. Where is that bite? Very gently, just a small amount. Bring your left foot up. Feel that?
Yeah.
Feel the change?
Where the engine's like,
Yeah.
I need help now.
There we are. We're just about there now. If you just bring it up very, very slightly,
Yeah.
just a little bit more. You see the sound and the feel of the engine has changed
so it's
a bit.
lot higher than it like some maybe, or
Well, it's wherever it is. No, I can say that for you go to another car and you could be moving that clutch pedal a different distance. But there's your bite.
Okay. Are you happy?
Shall we try and get the car to move?
Maybe.
What do you need to do to get the car to move now?
Put the handbrake.
Yeah, let's take the handbrake off. Oh, look at that. Come all the way off the clutch, right off the clutch. And then in a moment, how are we going to stop the car? Tell me how you're going to stop the car.
I'm going to put my foot
Put
on
the clutch down first. Sorry, I got there because I don't want to get too near that van.
It's okay.
Before you move your feet,
Yep.
what are you going to do now?
Take my foot off of the brake.
Before you move your feet. Is there another brake you can use?
Yeah, my parking brake.
Right. Oh, I like that.
Handbrake.
Oh, we're getting the correct terms as well. I'm impressed with this. So now you can come off the foot brake. Foot brake.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Foot brake, not clutch. So what are you going to do before you can come off the clutch pedal?
Take my thing back into neutral. Which is that, and then now I can at least relax the clutch pedal.
Come on now.
Joking. There we are.
And we've still got the engine.
I'm going to feel the engine on.
Leave it on.
Okay.
Right a minute.
Sorry, I thought
There we
you
are.
mentioned it. Yeah.
How was that?
Yeah, it was okay.
Try it again.
Yeah.
We're in here. It's not desperately essential we have the gas pedal. It'd be useful if we can, but we don't want to go too fast because you've got that van.
Because it rolls enough. It rolls to a comfort, enough for us.
But it's working out where that biting point is. That's quite a key thing at the moment.
Okay.
So you've got an idea of where it is, and it's also stopping your foot when it gets set.
So when I turn this back on now, are you happy if I put that off? Because in the beginning you wanted me to go into first and then...
Are we on a hill?
No.
Take the handbrake off.
So, yeah.
You sure we're not on a hill?
We're on a slight tilt, I guess.
So if you do that first before you've done everything else,
we're going to start rolling.
and we've got a car park behind us.
Okay. So I'm happy. Yeah, I can do everything before, and that's the last thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Well done. Feel that?
I've lost.
Feel that?
Yeah.
And now we'll just steer round this van, leave the brake.
Yeah.
So you now work, look how much or how little you're turning the steering wheel as well.
Yeah, it's just slightly. So am I put my foot on the accelerator?
Don't worry about the gas pedal here.
Okay.
Because we've not really got a lot of ground to...
Cover.
At this sort of speed, when we come back in and just before we stop, that's it, that's nice, and get the car pointing back down there. Rather than hitting the brake first,
Yeah.
squeeze the clutch before the brake.
Sorry.
And now, before you move either foot,
Turn this back up.
so the quicker you do them, does it matter which of those? Because
Yeah, I'm a bit like.
Does it matter which one you do
This one
first?
first.
Why?
So then you just, because that can stay there temporarily, but this one is going to prevent you from rolling back
Yeah,
and
or
forward.
forwards, yeah.
So that one first, and then
If you do
that.
them quickly, it's not going to make a lot of difference. You know, your driving test examiner is not going to worry which one you do first,
Yeah.
unless you do that one first, and then you're not on a brake at all, and you don't come off the foot brake, and you might start rolling. But yeah, ideally that one. Yeah, lovely. Well done. Good. Nice start. Going to get on the road in a minute. I'm not going to record the rest of this now until the very end. We do a little feedback, because that's really what I wanted to cover.
I hope I gave enough content for you.
That's really nice.
Okay.
I think Carrie will be very pleased to see that.
You reckon? Okay.
Right, let me just make sure that... Oh God, don't tell me it didn't record. It's only